Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Command & Conquer 0 Hour. We have a great game between these two players, and as always, these are two very well-known players playing under silly smurfs, just to make our life difficult.
It seems like it's the favorite thing of pro players to do, to make our lives difficult.
Yeah, every time we go to cast a game, we're like, let's cast this game. Oh wait, hang on. Let's find out who these players are first. So, we have Timmy Time Baby as our USA Laser, who is actually Dominator. So, unfortunately, we won't be referring to this person as Timmy Time Baby. I'm sure that may disappoint some of you.
I mean, I might, but we'll see how we go. His opponent will be Okie Dokie, otherwise known as Sexieee.
Okie Dokie versus Timmy Time Baby. Come, what is this?
It's the dream. It's the dream. It's the dream.
I don't think it is though, Blake.
No, it's no. Look, I mean, I overused that. I think I've completely misused it in this term.
Yeah.
As Timmy Time Baby has misused this dozer drop, running right into a terrorist.
Well, he hasn't yet.
He's about to.
I don't know,
Rip.
Blake. Oh, nice attack ground.
What's the fire?
Fantastic. That would have been max range as well.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think I was going to...
Oh,
LOL.
noob, lol.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like GLA
Right.
Toxin needs a buff because the fact that you can kill your own workers is
A POP.
a very
Yeah.
glaring weakness in the faction.
Certainly is.
That was funny. But
Why
anyway...
do you dozer drop a GLA? That can never be a good idea to go for worker crushes. I guess
No, it would have been.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Hold up.
Well, no. I mean, you're assuming on Tournament Desert. Hang on, is this no bugs, no cars? Can we just check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no cars.
Right. So, assuming you're playing as GLA, like, do you think they're not going to have a terrorist out as one of the
But I mean,
best
most
units from their
players
barracks,
wouldn't
or?
though. But even then, even if like he almost killed workers, he was
That's
a little bit
true,
slow
yeah.
with the reaction because I think he was macroing or
Yeah.
something. So he almost killed workers.
Yeah.
Even then, he almost got it out of trouble. So like, oh, this is actually good engagement there for Sexieee. Gets the Humvee down.
Yeah, it's just I'm not a big fan when you already sold your CC. It's like, yeah.
Well,
fair
maybe
enough.
what he should have done is just retreated because he saw the terrorist.
Yeah.
But anyway, does not matter. I mean, as USA, you want to be playing aggressive to try and prevent those GLA players from getting the tunnels down. Look, that's very safe anyway. He's going to have
Certainly true. There's
the
nothing wrong with
walled-in
walling
dozer.
off. Yeah.
It's just the risk you got to take, you know, when you want to play against high-tier GLA players.
That is it. Gotta give it a shot, machine, and I'm not gonna take anything away from Timmy Time Baby or his
Oh.
fantastic name or the fantastic caps coming out from Sexieee here. Nice and early. Going to be going for them. Maybe assuming, I don't know, at least a normal one War Factory, one Barracks build coming out from Timmy Time Baby, given he already lost a dozer and has currently walled that one in.
Technical aggression
We're seeing a lot of this.
combined with quad aggression
Yeah.
as well. There's plenty of Humvees though, but however, the technicals have moved in. This Humvee is a little bit out of position here. I don't know why they moved in so far. They must have scouted the technicals. Oh, the quad actually 1v1 the Humvee.
Hellfire drone. Wait, hang on, what?
Is the Humvee inside of the Chinook? Or the Ambo?
Oh,
It's an
must
Ambo.
be. Ah,
It's an
genius.
Ambo inside of the Chinook with the Hellfire drone.
Very smart play coming in there from Dominator. Of course, the Hellfire drone stays in the air and isn't kept inside of the Chinook. So the Hellfire drone, yeah, stayed out and actually managed to take out the quad. That was very well played by Dominator.
One oil was denied here by Dominator. Now going for the supplies. Well, there's actually no tunnels here. This is a little bit risky because now that those workers are exposed, the tunnel is being built, but now flanked with the technicals. Oh man, gets all those Humvees down. Not done just yet, however. We'll take out a few technicals in the process. Actually, surprisingly, he wins that engagement.
Fantastically microed by Dominator. Actually split it up his laser locks there.
Yeah, I was really surprised that actually went as well as it did.
That was very nicely played. Okay, so keeping this Humvee alive would be crucial. If we can get a repair drone down this one. Nice, he's already gone for it. Get the repairs down, but I think the technicals are going to come in too fast.
Oh, it gets them down anyway.
Nice.
Can't really kill his workers though since he lost the Humvee, but still, getting these technicals down, it must be a little bit annoying there for Mr. Sexieee, but still does have his supply and a lot of, his oil, I mean, and a lot of tunnels there as well.
See, Dominator turned that cost effective. That's the impact of micro in a game of 0 hour. That could have gone terribly for Dominator. He could have just been completely out of it. incredibly not uncost efficient.
Cost inefficient?
Cost inefficient trade. Instead, he turns it into huge pressure, taking out a lot of the technicals coming in, allows him to build up more rock Vs. It's really nicely played actually, and buys time for the oil to go down as well.
I love how Dominator didn't leave these oils to stand for very long. They got taken out pretty quickly. Nice terror tech though coming out of Mr. Sexieee. So back and forwards, been a pretty aggressive game thus far. No sign of a palace, but there is a third supply here from Sexieee.
And hey, why not? When you're playing this well, the wall of spy drones, the fleet of spy drones has come out onto the field here for Dominator, and those are some very full Vs, complete with ambo, a very scary USA army. However, they do have 3 tunnel networks to fight their way through.
Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, I guess the town missiles as well. We'll lose AV. Not the end of the world. I think it was definitely an empty one as well. But anyway, those tunnels are down. Very important. But at the same time, Sexieee is using this time to counterattack. Also building this left tunnel as well. So killing those tunnels was nice, but it depends how much damage Sexieee can get done in return.
Taking out the power would be huge here. Managing to take care of the power. Obviously, with the dozer walled in, it's much harder for Dominator to get that one back up again.
That's true. Yeah, and also it will delay production. Doesn't take too long to kill it either, but for now it's going to be 3 supplies against 1. So yeah, this is kind of the weakness of walling in. It's hard to rebuild. Let's see how much damage Dominator will do. There's actually a fair bit of Vs here, but look, so many tunnels, garrisons, pretty fortified is Mr. Sexieee.
Perfect way to play it here, really, from Sexieee. Knows there is a very strong force here by Dominator, but he doesn't have a lot of production up and running, nor a lot of supply collecting. Therefore, stalling out the army for as long as possible is the best play.
The bunker also gets taken out by the house because there was the repairing worker, so that was very nice to see. The GLA players using their repairs to keep those garrisons alive. We have a terrorist running around.
Oh, Dozer might get sniped here.
Uh-oh. Looks like they're empty. They're going into the Chinook. If those had RPGs, that could have been a dead Chinook for sure. But either way, still annoying. It's delaying whatever it was he was building. I'm not sure. Maybe a strategy center. But,
actually, yeah.
Keeping him low tier. And still on 1 supply as well. Oh, no. Is he going to get both of them? Oh, I only gets the supply. Okay. He could have gone for both of them, but I guess he was just worried about Humvees coming in.
In addition to that, he saw the doorway of the War Factory opening up, and it's actually going to be a Laser Crusader. I'm not hating on that machine. Laser Crusaders have a fantastic time against technicals.
They do indeed. A very cost-efficient unit. Just the weakness is power, and that is a very exposed power. Well, and I mean, really, the main weakness is they're slow. But, you know, if it's defensive, then that's fine. That's not really the role of it, especially if you kind of leave it here for the quads. Like, if you know your opponent has a tunnel here, and you can't deny it, having a defensive Crusader waiting for the quad is a good choice, because you don't have to micro it. I mean, with a V, if you're not looking, you can lose the V instantly, and that's, you know, not good.
So, I'm going to be calling a Palace here, coming in from Sexieee.
Oh, CC and a stinger sight. 2 stingers, wow.
I've rolled my dice, and I apparently have rolled the wrong pair here, machine. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, stinger sight. Wow, that's different. Can't actually strategize that one. It does give you a decent hold against the Humvees. Obviously not the best base defense, especially when you have access to the Toxin tunnels, but I'm not actually sure relative how good the Toxin tunnels are versus the stinger sights are cracking the shells of the Humvees. I'd say it's definitely in the favor of the Toxin tunnels, though.
It's actually so rare that we see players use stinger sights that, yeah, I don't even know how effective they are. Like, they're not great though. Like, they're mainly anti-aircraft.
Yeah. Hey, drone sniping, man. The new meta. Snipe those spy drones down. The dream. So, at the moment, Sexieee in a really nice position. He stalled this out well through the use of constant technical aggression, tech terror aggression, and stalling out the middle using well-placed tunnel networks. However, he will have to transition this into the late game, and he is going for the Palace now.
Yeah, that's nice. We do see... I think maybe Sexiee's being a little bit too aggressive here. Like, he gets the power, which is great, but he's kind of losing a lot of units. And the fact that he has 3 supply, like, why does he need to be aggressive in this situation?
Ooh, Pathfinders, though. Yeah, being revealed now. Out on the field, but the technical managed to take that one out. The CC's up and running now, so sniping the last dozer, not really going to have a huge impact. Do we have a search and destroy?
No, not
yet.
yet.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I guess,
still building.
but by being this aggressive, it's preventing the Humvee army from pushing out.
Yeah.
And with this many Humvees, there's actually a bit of a risk of him just killing all of these units and getting the supplies. So I guess it's maybe less about trying to actually inflict damage and more just keeping the Vs contained and occupied. And you often see players do that.
Something else we haven't mentioned is that the longer Sexieee stalls this game out, the closer he is towards those general powers. Most notably, the Toxin Rebel Ambush, which is incredibly potent against these V armies. The micro for it is either split the Vs up or have them constantly on the move. In a previous cast, a pretty recent one, I forget who it was against. It was Size vs Rage. We saw just constant V micro back and forth to the point where any Toxin Rebel Ambush that popped out and did indeed get popped out and was baited was instantly crushed by the Vs and had very minimal impact to the point where I think it only killed one V.
Yeah, it didn't kill many at all. We see A10 took out the tunnel, not quite the hole though. Now Search and Destroyers come online, so now things get a little bit uglier here for Sexieee, getting a few of those technical snipe down. We do have Pathfinders, we also have some flashbangs that we saw to clear that Garrison out earlier. Meanwhile though, more Tech Terrors. Oh man, gets the Dozer as well as the Strat Center, so no Search and Destroy for very long. So Sexieee is really making this aggression work, and it's pretty impressive stuff to see in action. Oh, the flashbangs though do clear out those garrisons.
V is not at all happy with their range reduction. I'm not sure that was fully scrapped, and it was at least fully heroic, so the technical doing work.
It was clever though, because the technical was camping the barracks. He wanted to just prevent and delay the production of those barracks units. So now we see the Humvees being a little bit aggressive. Full supply, a little bit ambitious here, because Sexieee doesn't seem to have much of an army to hold this with.
Doesn't seem to. Starting to transition to some black markets now. The first one of those going to be going down. I would certainly like to see buggies come in here from Sexieee. Without the lack of Search and Destroy makes buggies even more potent. Even against Search and Destroy Vs, buggies are fantastic.
Double Tech Terror?
Oh, it's got to be.
No, and only the 3.
Sad face.
But, oh, Toxin Rebel Ambush went down. Not too effective, though. I'd
say down a good micro from Dominator.
Yeah, doesn't look like there were any Humvees destroyed. So by keeping those Humvees active, as you mentioned earlier, Dominator was able to prevent any Humvees from going down. And that Toxin Rebel Ambush was a bit of a crutch there for Sexieee, which has now been blown. But it's bought him time, at least, for these buggies to come online. Black Mark's going to be completing soon, so we should have the buggy ammo not too far off. Jarvan is revealed by the spy drone, so now we're going to have all that GLA Palace units cranking out. But this is a pretty scary army here from Dominator.
This is going to be rough for a Jarman. Not only are there spy drones in the area, there are Pathfinders inside the Vs, and there are scans as well. If
he uses a CC scan, it could just be an instant counter attack there. There goes the Vet 3 Humvee. The pilot's actually dying to the Toxins, but he's regenning at the same time. Jarman is there, but instant counter snipe from the Pathfinder. That was the spy drones from the Vs, so, man, didn't even get a snipe either, did he?
This is not a fun game for a Jarman. Would not recommend. It's probably one of the few occasions where the General Chairman wouldn't recommend you get a Jarman.
This is kind of where you want to put Jarman in a battle bus.
Yeah.
Because then you can't get sniped by the Pathfinders. You can't use the decrew ability, but then you can at least still have that anti-infantry presence if you only really have buggies. Tunnel is here on the side for some more counter attacks, which is nice to see. Sexieee hasn't really been able to... Dominator hasn't been able to push out. Going for the middle supplies, bit of an accident there. We'll have to get his Chinook out. This supply is exhausted. This one does have a fair bit left, though.
Jarman can also be nice for turning engagements as well. For example, you're engaging really hard with the V army versus your quads. If the Jarman gets the snipe on the ambo, it's going to deny the repairs, and it takes a fair bit of micro to evac a V and then find a missile defender, put the missile defender inside the ambo, and then start kiting everything away again. And during that time, the Humvees aren't healing.
Well, one other great thing as well about the Jarman snipe is if there's 2 units stacked up and you snipe the one in the rear, then the units get caught on each other, and it means they don't kite the buggy rockets as effectively. But now we see buggies firing on these Humvees. They're actually in close quarters combat. They do secure the Garrison. Very important now. The bunker's still there with the arc missile defenders. And since it's USA laser, we may see some Avengers being used because they have cheaper cost than what you're used to for other USA factions.
Loving the mobility coming out here from the buggies. Popping tunnel to tunnel. Incredibly important to have several lines of tunnel networks when you are using the rocket buggies. However, our man Timmy Time Baby is taking control over the garrisons in the center and is demolishing these tunnel networks. That might actually be the force fire trick or the...
Yeah,
I'm thinking...
it must be. The extend Garrison range.
Yeah.
So one of the weaknesses with Avengers is not only their cost, but it's also just the fact that they're slow. They can't keep up with Humvees. And also the fact that they're very vulnerable to getting Jarman sniped. Where, with a Humvee, you just recrew it, not a big deal. But now there's going to be buggy counterattacks for the War Factory. Nice way to delay the reinforcements. A-10s are being called in for the supply, I can only imagine.
Still going to buy time at this stage in the game, but oh, unlucky.
Well, yeah, it has a barricade, so it needs level 3 A10 to actually take that one out. Forward tunnels are being built just in time to kill those missile defenders.
Was the War Factory taken out? I'm guessing it
was.
was.
Yeah, it
fantastic. Yeah. Bit of supply finally going down here. Pathfinder doing work. At least 2 Pathfinders inside of these Vs.
Yeah, there's definitely 2 of them. Other than that, there's a lot of buggies here. If he's out in open territory, he's okay, but for now at least, Sexieee has lost the supply advantage that he had. He has a black market, but a black market isn't a particularly impressive feat, especially as we have a drop zone being built.
Going to start to even things up here. Nice play from Dominator using these missile defenders to zone. Probably the best way to give safety to your Vs, having a few missile defenders in the front. Laser lock, incredibly dangerous to the low health buggies. Ooh.
Well, he's full health buggies even.
Walking them in, the low health relative to other unit buggies. I should have been more specific. But,
The Toxin tunnel can't focus the ambo.
No, it can't.
So buggies are moving up. Still, yeah, only a single black market. Doesn't want to overcommit this early when there's so many Humvees on the field. You can't overcommit to the secondary economy. We have the War Factory being rebuilt. Bit of a delay actually to that one.
Drive-bys are going to be harder here with the buggies. Might be able to potentially cut off the Vs here. The ambo's going to be sniped down.
Colonel
Oh, dear.
Burt. Oh, no! Look at this!
No!
It's
Burton!
actually very late. Where is the attack from Burton? There we go. Opening up on one of them. 2 buggies go down. Toxin Rebel ambush as well. Kills all of those Humvees. Oh, man.
Oh, that was brutal. So brutal on either sides. A Toxin Rebel ambush for a Burton attack. I suppose we see now why the Burton didn't start firing.
Yeah, it would have been muckering. Actually going straight for the house. Pretty clever too, because those garrisons are a bit of a deterrent. He can't heal himself though, unless he either gets vet 2, gets an amber, or goes in his barracks.
Going for the time demo charges here. Will he get it off?
No, he cancelled it.
He could have got it off maybe.
Well, yeah, he would have lost the Burton either way, but he thought he'd be able to re-stealth in time. But unfortunately, no. Doesn't get the re-stealth, and I'm surprised the quad didn't get vet from that. Oh, it must have been the AoE from the single one.
Yeah, I was interested to see whether both of the garrisons were going to go down or just the single one. For future reference, both of them go down, so cool.
Yeah, and at the same time, if it was on the right side, it may have killed that little garrison too. So now it's, I mean, pretty even, I guess. There's not much economy for either players. There isn't a lot of army. I guess probably the biggest advantage is Sexieee because he has a fair few buggies, and that's really it. But a Burton has been rebuilt. Let's see what he can actually get done. I mean, there's tunnels everywhere, so it's gonna be hard to actually push through. But at least Burton has a lot of freedom in terms of his movement, just because he can vault up terrain, up and down cliffs. There is a tunnel here though. He needs to be careful. Oh, knife's the worker. Nice work.
Nice, good stuff. So distinct lack of now late game economy on the map with both of the oil derricks having gone down. Middle supply is starting to get mined out, though there are still a few in the area. I'm not sure how Sexieee approaches the sieging of Dominator's base here. I would like to see a battle bus for some potential run-bys. Not always the safest option though when you're dealing with a very mobile V army. With search and destroy in particular.
The problem with Burton though is you can't equip the knife because you run faster with the knife, so you should be able to leave it equipped for that extra movement speed.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, A10 comes through. Man.
Dominator is not a fan of the middle of tournament desert.
Yeah,
Not a
especially
fan.
because he knows that he's actually clearing from there. That there are workers, but now he's completely open. We can see either Burton just gun down workers or Pathfinder snipe them down. We also saw a Chinook go down. So holding the middle supplies, if possible, would give Dominator the extra cash. And he actually may be able to do so right now. At least the right side is mining from the left side, not so much. But now there's a fair few quads, actually. So a little bit scared of that Burton. Oh, loses the Chinook. Or Chinook, as it's, I think,
Chinook?
actually pronounced, but
You're
whatever.
a Chinook.
You're a Chinook, Blake.
Ah! Your words
Oh, yeah,
hurt me,
also,
machine.
I think I said
and
tow missiles earlier. Tow missile.
Tow missiles.
Tow missile,
Tow
Chinook.
missiles. We've been picked up on
We're sorry.
things, so... Look,
Please no hate.
we've never claimed
Please-
to
please
have
no flame.
fantastic pronunciation. Though I think Dominator could claim to have mad Garrison skills because that black market is actually within range of the Cliff Garrison.
Yeah, if he goes
Gets
into that
inside
bunker, he can
take
probably
it
kill
out.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
Loses 1v, but gets all his missile defenders out, no problems.
The evacs certainly have been on point by Dominator. I don't think we've seen a V go down with missile defenders in it thus far this game. Though, to be fair, you do have a lot of time when you're dealing with rocket
Yeah.
buggies. It's fairly obvious that a V is going to go down.
Still only one black marker. Oh, the drop zone gets sniped. This is actually going to be probably a leaflet, I would say. Oh, yeah, leaflet.
Yeah.
Gets two of them, though. Nice split. But at the same time, the split, it means that the oh, nice sniper there with the quad. But the split means that the Humvees can easily find the isolated targets. Toxin Rebel ambush. Gets one of them that was actually full. This one's empty. We have some Rangers, but Rangers v Toxin Rebels. Actually got a few of them down. The Rebels having a little bit more range with the search and destroy, but either way, battle bus swooping in now. There's going to be an exposed power plant. Even the strat center is pretty exposed. There's far too many RPGs inside of that battle bus.
We're going to see some evacs coming in from these Vs.
Oh,
it's
man.
laser locks that you need
Ugh.
against battle buses, and that's what we're seeing
But the power
now.
plant blocked him off. He actually gets it down. And there's no... Oh, the Burton secures those Toxin Rebels. A wounded quad v Burton. Burton can definitely get this one here. Hopefully he won't lose these Chinooks. They are still valuable for the mining of the middle. There we go.
Humvee fires its tow missile. Takes out the quad.
So, losing the supply drop zone was...
Nice do it! The dream!
What is he?
The Dominator.
Oh, nice.
I can call him good now. If he goes for the... I'm not sure if he can.
He should be
Can he
able
go for the
to.
attack round? I mean, surely.
Oh, well, okay, there we go. So there's a few RPGs here. We haven't seen the sneak attack. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
We haven't seen the sneak attack yet. So now we're actually back in even economy. And it looks like Sexieee, is he actually just not building more black markets? He wants to end the game. Wow.
I suppose it's a possibility. Can
Yeah.
he get out another battle bus? I suppose that's the key feature here.
Maybe a little bit greedy here because there's still, what, 2 Humvees, there's still a Burton.
And at the moment, I believe a few USA Generals powers up and available for the next attack coming in from Sexieee. So he's going to be reliant on...
Maybe he just couldn't afford it, but he could have at least maybe, you know, sold off his supply. Doesn't need that. I mean, see if he's desperate. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Middle supply bed. The Spectre gunship
Cancel.
comes
Do we
in.
get the cancel?
It'll be a full refund, not a big deal.
there we go. Okay.
It's
Nice.
the worker too. So that was actually a great use of the Spectre.
It certainly was.
Chest the Garrison too. His mortal enemy, his worst nightmare. So now we can see Dominator go for these middle supplies with these Chinooks. Supplies been rebuilt though.
I'd certainly put Dominator in the better position when it comes to long distance mining. Those Chinooks are fast. There's not a huge delay. If you have 3 Chinooks mining from those middle supplies, it's almost efficient.
Oh, but the battle bus is here though. Doesn't look like there's that many. I think it's what, 4 RPGs? And
Yeah, I'll have to set fire again.
gets the tunnel out of the way, so now the Humvee's gonna be able to take them out no problems.
All about the V mobility here, and also it'll allow Burton to sneak up the cliff. Another cell comes out though.
He reveals himself. That was a bit of a mistake there, but because the Humvees, they were gonna kill those no problem. And now he goes in the battle bus for a bit of a counter attack. Who's gonna win this engagement? Could swing either way depending on the micro, more particularly the micro of Dominator.
Bit of scrap there for the battle bus. Picks up his first slice of the day.
Yep, gives him extra health. It's gonna help out. And we see, so now that there's actually selling off tunnels, he's that desperate, and that gives Burton more freedom. Oh, these RPGs
no.
though. Burton can take them all out, no problems. Oh no.
There you go.
Is he gonna knife for swag points or just gun them down? He'll probably try
Where's
and
my
knife
money?
them.
Where's my money? There we go. Oh!
See, now he'll probably
He's on the
gun them.
move.
Yeah, look at that. Nice
Man,
work.
this is like having DTs in your supply line, bro. No, can't do anything about it.
Hey,
Stealth burden.
You know what they say, Blake?
Yeah.
Went behind Dark Shrine.
There we go.
Oh, man. He's just going for that one. Actually, I
Hey,
wonder
why not-
why he's not using the TNT.
Yeah.
I mean, GLA
This
can't
is
build
almost
mines.
as fast. Honestly, it's obviously
But it's-
thought. Hey, it allows the cell though.
It's
That's-
safer, though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like demoing is safer.
Yeah, that's true. But there's nothing to attack Burton, so
Oh,
could we see a Burton v Battle Bus Buggy base trade? There's a lot of bees for you, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of cells as well. Our players are on
he's
point.
changing his hold the line.
Yeah,
Bombardment. In fact, he wants the cannon, I guess. Gets the buggy. Bit of a misplay. The Toxin
nice.
Rebel ambush gets one of the
Oh!
Vs down. Now he has the AoE against those Toxin Rebels. The damage against buildings is pretty pitiful. Oh man, this is going to be really close. Where's the Burton though? There is a command center, and that is the only building that matters. The tunnels, they don't matter. So the base trade probably gonna go in favor of Burton here.
Where is the cash available here though for Sexieee? Does he have enough? He has enough for a scaffold, so he could potentially stall this one out. At the moment, the Toxin Rebel's actually inside the minimum range for the bombard cannon on the strat center.
Oh, but he can't hit moving targets
No, he
very
can't.
well. I can't remember if you can actually attack ground that cannon.
Don't think you can from memory, but I could be wrong. It's been ages since I've seen bombardment for the
And
cannon.
that range is crazy though. Oh, the Humvee! It's still going for the caps. He can't prevent this either. He's gonna have to sell them.
I gotta sell all of
Pathfinder!
them!
Where did the Pathfinder come from?
not
Leaflet!
sure.
The battle bus has been stunned. The Toxin Rebels kill the Pathfinder. The barracks has to be sold. And there is the fuel air bomb. Catch you later, battle bus. You are one dead bus now. But actually, just kidding. He's in the hole still.
The right RPGs can certainly pull this one out. What is Burton
He
doing?
gets the supply. He doesn't sell it
Oh.
off. Burton's going for the gun.
He's gonna gun
He's
down
probably
the
gonna
command
win this
center.
one though.
Will the cell come down for the CC?
There's no Pathfinder, but there's a Humvee. But look how weak the Humvee is. He may lose it to the Toxin Rebels, and there's RPGs there as well. But there we go. Doesn't focus it down in time. And we have some scaffolds. We have a barracks.
I'm not sure why the CC wasn't sold off there. That's 1,000 and that could have gone in the bank for Sexieee and didn't. The CC was actually sniped down by the Burden. Here we go. The Humvee managing to outrange these rebels here and has the repair drone as well.
This supply belongs to Sexieee, so this supply also has to be destroyed to win the game. I mean, there's no CC left for Sexieee, so there's no more general's points, but for him, the concern of these caps. Like, there's RPGs.
Stop the caps, man.
The Humvees, they have the repair drone, so time is okay.
Sell the CC. Go for the CC.
Oh, if he
Ignore
gets
the
this
stress
rebel
setup.
down, but the CC gives him his call-ins. He needs to get the CC down. It's going to be a close Spectre gunship. Oh, a little bit unnecessary, but it will get the RPGs at least if he retargets them. Almost killed his own Humvee. There we go. Gets those down, no problems. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. He almost,
His own CC.
Oh, he's
the
almost
Humvee.
killing his own Humvee, man.
God. That was a little bit too close for comfort. Where is this A10 coming in? Is it onto one of the scaffolds machine? How many scaffolds are left here?
There's yeah,
Two
GG anyway.
and GG.
We could have also
Yeah.
seen the Chinooks be used. If he put the Humvee inside of the Chinook and dropped the Humvee on top of the Rebel capping, even if the Humvee had no health, it would have secured the crush. Well, that game was a little bit nuts actually.
That was crazy. That just turned insane, didn't it?
Yeah, that went out of hand.
Spectre gunships. General do not recommend you always use Spectre gunships to stop caps on your CCs.
Though sometimes you don't have much
Sometimes
choice.
it's okay, yeah.
And if you are gonna do that, just make sure your Humvee is out of the firing line of that.
I honestly
Spectre.
thought he was going to snipe down the Humvee and the CC and lose the game. I thought that was going to happen.
Oh dear. Well, that was a fun game.
It was indeed.
And thanks for watching. You know, it's been a blast here. I do love casting not GLA mirrors. Like, GLA mirrors are great, but there's just been too many of them lately. It's nice to have a bit of variety in terms of the matchups that we see.
I'd agree with that, Machine. I would agree with that. That was crazy. That was completely nuts. Whew. So if you enjoy that game as much as we did, and we certainly did enjoy it, we enjoy our casting, please do consider supporting us on Patreon. Will allow us to keep up this 7 video a week schedule and stop the machine from starving. I mean, look how skinny this guy is.
It sounds like you're reading a script, Blake.
I try and get him to work out. Well, I'm breaking the script now. I try and get him to work out, and he's a skinny man. Yeah, so help him buy food. That'd be good. And of course, a big thank you to our current Patreon backers who are allowing us to throw these videos down. We certainly do enjoy it.
You do real MVP.
Yes.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you.